This time on Sailing Katelouise, stand-up paddleboarding becomes a challenge.
Oh, Rick, are you okay?
While Dingo scents a floating feast, and 4 days of champagne sailing at beautiful Myall Lakes.
Let's get Rick.
Hello, Happy New Year and Happy Australia Day, which was the other day in Australia. Up at Myall Lakes with a few of the guys. We've just come for a bit of a sail. Not really an official raid, just a bit of a sail. Phil and Brenda and their son made 20. And we've just come up here for 2 or 3 days. It's pretty hot today. It is a bit unnerving because there's a big bushfire over at Port Stephens, which is down in that direction about 20 k's away. And you can hear the choppers water bombing the bushfire down there. There's quite a bit of smoke. There's a total fire ban in the national park here, and it has been since November, and it will be till the end of February. So there's been quite a few bushfires this year, which is not good, but that's what happens in Australia in the summer. Anyway, there's about 15 knots coming later this afternoon, so I've just got a Genoa and a mizzen up, and we're just shooting across to Johnson's Beach because it's very hot and we need a swim. Beautiful day though. Well, it's been a bit of an interesting sail this afternoon. It's very gusty up here. 1 minute you're flying and it's minute you're doing nothing. I'm just going behind the island, so I'm in the lee of the islands for a bit. But yeah, it's quite strong. There's still smoke over there, but it seems to be not as bad. So hopefully they've got the bushfire under control. Well, we're just coming into Johnson's. I'll stay the night here. Now, gentlemen, can you just keep your bodies below the water? Typical.
7 o'clock?
Is it really?
No way. It can't be 7 o'clock because I'm not hungry.
Oh, you're right.
Is it really 7 o'clock?
No.
Oh.
Just my watch.
What time is it? Because it's
6
dinner
o'clock.
time.
6 o'clock.
That's an hour after my dinner time.
Yeah. And the water... Oh, he's gone. The water temperature is 28 degrees, apparently.
Depends on where you're standing.
Yeah.
It's very warm. And we just went for a stand-up paddle and no one fell off.
Do I get
Someone
$50?
did.
Oh, yeah.
The one that's holding the camera?
Oh, but you know, that was, It's been quite an interesting day. We got back here and I had to drop the mast because the 2 ribbons I put on the mast got caught around the pulleys for the main halyard, so I had to pull that down. And as I pulled the mast back up, the pin that holds the furler to the Genoa fell out and we couldn't find it in the water, so then I had to beg, borrow and steal a pin out of a shackle to fix that. So we managed to fix that. The day didn't start well though, because Terry was coming up and quite kindly offered to replace the rotors on my trailer, because you might remember in the last video he said they were pretty bad, so I ordered some rotors. The idea was to fix them on the way up here at my place and then come up here afterwards. Anyway, so at 7 o'clock this morning we got to the car park, both there. They got the rotors out of the box. They were all in theory the right size, but of course they weren't, were they? The pins were 2 mil out, even though they were forward and the right for the trailer and everything, they wouldn't fit. So that's a bit of a bugger. So then we drove up here and got here about lunchtime. And now Steve Walkerden's joined us with his Bay Raider. I haven't seen Steve for a while. And it's about 6 o'clock, so we're all just having dinner and then we'll get together. There's no fire tonight, of course, because there's a total fire ban. And they are putting out a fire over there, which is not too far away. But yeah, hopefully the wind won't be as strong tomorrow and we should have good sail tomorrow. So tonight I'm going to have shashushka, which is like a tomato-based dish, and then I'm going to have it with some Moroccan couscous. So there you have it. Very nice. Had it before. Easy to do. Very quick. And the shushuka we made at home and used a vacuum sealer and stuck it in the fridge. So there are pre-cooked meals ready to go. Always a good idea. So Myall Lakes really is magical this time of night, just as the sun's beginning to set. We've got 1 week left of the Christmas school holidays, but it's pretty quiet. Yeah, beautiful. I've got a bit of company. Don't shake your tail feather at me. Oh, I think ducks like the sunset as well. So yeah, I've had quite a quiet Christmas. Didn't really go away or anything, but I have been doing a lot of work on the Divekin. So you know, I crew on the Divekin, the tall ship Divekin, which is based at the National Maritime Museum in Sydney. Well, it's been in maintenance mode for the last 3 months from November. It had some major rot that needed fixing and a few other issues that needed sorting out, so they're still working on it, and it probably won't be back in the water for another 3 weeks or so. So they've taken the time while it's in the shipyard to actually scrape the whole thing back from black back to timber. So they used to use traditional linseed oil and tung oil to coat medieval ships, basically from that period, and the ultraviolet makes the linseed oil go black, so that's why medieval ships look black. But this time we've scraped it right the way back to bare oak, and we're using some stuff called Dexolé, which is a Dutch product which is a mixture between oil and varnish, and it should keep the timber colour longer and not be activated by the ultraviolet light, and it does really look amazing. So hopefully in 3 weeks' time when we get back on the water, I'll do a video and you can see the difference between before and after, and it's huge.
Frost, right to the edge of the water. When we used to live at Swiss Creek, which is inland, it's up towards Omeo from Paynesville and Bairnsdale. I worked on the summer crew at the forestry and we were out track clearing.
Terry's going for a sunset sup. I think he knows what he's doing.
I know what I'm doing. Whoa!
And there he goes, off into the sunset. Well, good morning. I've got my coffee on. I've been inspired by Terry, who's got his throne mounted on the back of his boat, and I thought that's a really good idea. So I've got my new camp chair, and it fits perfectly. That's very comfortable. Thank you, Tezza. Very quiet night last night. Fantastic. There was no water lapping because there was no wind. Very, very quiet, clear skies, stars everywhere. Beautiful. Just about, I don't know, 8:30, something like that in the morning. So I've just had breakfast, muesli and coffee, tidy up, probably go for a sup, a swim, and then a sail, or as Terry likes to say, the 3 S's. Now, did you see some dingoes?
Yeah, 2 of them. They kept coming straight at me and just standing about 2 metres away.
Wow.
So all I kept doing was shooing them away like a couple of dogs.
Well, did they look hungry?
Well, that's what I was a bit concerned about that woman in Queensland. You sort of think,
Yeah, so someone in Queensland got taken by a dingo recently, yeah.
Yeah. You just wonder the circumstances, and yeah.
Yeah, you do get them round here.
Yeah. I haven't seen them that friendly here before, though.
Well, I didn't hear any running, so you must have been okay.
Well, you wondered, you know.
Would they chase?
Well, actually, did they? Now, am I better off on land or in the water?
Yeah.
I ended up going for the water, and then I thought, I know, I'll just stay there by Steve's boat, and if they come in the water, I'll jump in Steve's boat. I had it worked out.
Well, you had a plan, that's the main thing, yeah. The important thing is not to show them that you're scared, because they can sense that. That is a dingo. And he's coming this way. Hey. There's the other one. So a woman in Queensland got killed by one last week. Big. Give us a handstand.
No, you don't want to see that.
No, go on, handstand. You could do it.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not showing off.
Oh, Rick. Are you okay? Are you okay? Getting back on's going to be the interesting bit.
I know, mate.
So we're off sailing at last. It's probably 9 o'clock or something like that. So it was amazing seeing those two dingoes. I've never been that close to them before. Incredible. So we're going to sail up to the big lake through the narrows at Violet Hill. At the moment there's probably only 3 or 4 knots. It's meant to get up to about 10 or 11 by lunchtime. And we'll see how we go. The only problem here is just under the sand there's a layer of thick clay, which is a bit like concrete. So often the flutes to the anchor don't dig in. So you can drag. Last night Phil's anchor dragged a bit, scraping along the bottom. He sorted it out, so it was okay. Oh, got a bit of movement. I can hear the sound of water rippling on the hull. Fantastic. Today is a Thursday, and we've probably got the lakes to ourselves. Still smoke over there from the bushfires yesterday. I can't hear any choppers, so I don't know if the fires started again. The smoke seemed to have died down yesterday, but I can't hear any choppers, so maybe it's okay. We're just approaching Violet Hill. Very finicky breeze through here. It's so quiet, beautiful, apart from the cicadas. Fill up and then it's got away. I'm going to stop over here behind this island for lunch. Black swans everywhere. Shelly Beach is over there, where we'll probably spend tonight. I know I say it all the time, but it is a beautiful day. This wind's now probably out here between, I don't know, 5, 7 knots, something like that. But it's more consistent, going through the shallows there, or the narrows of Myall Lakes, very fluky. Taking the outboard out to give me an extra couple of knots. Beautiful. We just rafted up for lunch. So what did you have for lunch, Terry?
Well, I had, as usual, peanut butter sandwich and salmon.
Salmon?
Yeah.
Not together though?
No.
It's quite a good sail this morning, wasn't it?
Yes, it was frustrating going through the channel because the wind will change direction all the time and drop off.
Yeah.
But I was in front of everybody. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I wasn't going to mention that, but oh, bugger.
And I was the last to pull up the anchor too, wasn't I? Oh, no.
I don't think.
I was the first. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Not that it's a race.
People in the world, and that's the quick and the dead. Anyhow, let's go.
Let's go. Well, the wind's definitely picked up this afternoon, a bit like yesterday. It's probably 10 knots now, maybe a bit more. So I've got a double reef main, put the Genoa in the mizzen up, and it seems to be okay. There's quite a bit of foam on the water. So yeah, we're going to head up the lake towards Narani. We won't get all the way up there, but be a good afternoon sail on the big lake. It's a little bit fruity out here. This has been a top sail this afternoon. The wind's pretty constant. I thought I'd catch the guys up ahead, but alas, they got too far away. But beautiful. See, there's still smoke from the bushfires in the distance. Just cooking up my dinner, which is going to be vegetarian curry with 2-minute rice. The rice is just cooking there. And my new boom tent arrangement. So I got fed up with the fiberglass poles snapping, 7mm fiberglass tent poles. So I've gone back to the conduit idea. So I've got the smallest conduit I could buy, bent it slightly with a heat gun, put ends on it, made some material hoops that I've Samson taped onto the inside of the tarp because I didn't want to stitch through the tarp, and then put some lines on it, the idea being that you've got shade but then you can pull the sides down for night time. And I re-waterproofed the tarp using tube of silicone and a litre of mineral turps dissolved, painted on, and it works absolutely fine. Another one of my famous vegetarian curries. I'm sorry they're becoming famous, and I'm sorry I keep saying vegetarian, but that's what it is, vegetarian curry. And it is a very small frying pan. And I've said this before, but it is a very small frying pan because it looks like a lot. It's quite a lot, but not a lot. Well, good morning. Just having breakfast. It's about 7:30 in the morning. Rick's having his usual egg and bacon and tomatoes, and the smell is just drifting over this way, but I'm concentrating very hard on trying to ignore it. I've just had my cereal, basically, and a coffee. And I've adopted Terry's idea of putting the chair actually in the cabin, and it's much more comfortable than sitting on the thwarts, and also you can look in the right direction, which is across to the lake, as opposed to leaning back against the cabin wall and facing the trees. I was woken up first thing this morning by all this splashing, and I thought it was Terry trying to get me up, but it was actually the ducks duck diving right by the hole, because last night I threw the remainder of the rice in the water. Lesson to be learnt there, because they were going up and down and carrying on. Oh dear, woke me up. Anyway, we're going to have a nice day today. It's going to be the same as yesterday, I think. We just checked the weather, 11 to 15 knots later this afternoon. There's no wind now, it's beautiful. There's dragonflies everywhere. Well, we're off sailing. What's the time? 9:30?
10:30.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah, we slept in, mate.
Oh, it's 10:30, Steve says. The wind normally comes up at 10. There isn't a lot here happening. It's meant to get a lot stronger this afternoon, so I've left a reef in, but I might throw it out in a bit. Yeah, probably 1 or 2 knots now, maybe. Should be more wind further out. Rick, Terry and I went for a really nice stand-up paddle around to the next bay, Blossom Bay. It's really nice, very calm. It looks like that bushfire's flared up again. There's a lot of smoke down there. And you can hear the hum of choppers. Water bombing.
The plan was to see if we could get up to Narani at the top of the lake.
At last the wind's picked up. It's probably about 12:30 now. Bit 5 to 7 knots, maybe a little bit more. It's meant to get up to 15, so it's going to build and build, I think. So I just stopped to put a reef in. The wind's picked up as predicted. It's probably 10 knots now, maybe a little bit more. This boat seems to sail better with 1 reef in and about 10 knots. Still a bit cloudy, but it's a good breeze for sailing. Looks like there are 2 bushfires there now. We made it to Narani for lunch. It's about 1:45 now, I think. We had a very good sail up. Quite good wind. I was going okay till the wind came up, and then Terry overtook me, and that was it.
You made it easy for me, Paul. Honestly, that was easy.
Oh, sorry, you're eating. Sorry.
Well, It was 2 hours after my lunch. That's why I overtook you. I was in such a rush. I don't know which one to have first.
And the clouds burn off, and now clear blue sky. It was a bit cloudy to start with, but it's cleared up now. What's your secret? Because you just took off when you were miles ahead and, left us for dead.
Skill, mate.
Oh.
Nothing more. No, actually, I had a patchy sail. Pretty good when the wind came up.
Yeah.
And then I've got a habit of wrapping bits of weed around my centreboard and rudder. And
Always got excuses.
Yeah, hasn't he?
Always got excuses.
He's always got excuses.
He's still going.
He's still going. He's always got excuses.
And as I discovered, because I had a tilt on it, thinking that everything would slip off, but Steve left me for dead.
Steve, you left him for dead, and now he's using weed as an excuse. I mean, seriously.
It's a legitimate excuse, Paul. You need a little compassion. A little bit of understanding here.
But it's Rick.
I suddenly realised after about 10 minutes that I was sailing like a dog, and I pulled the centreboard up, and all of a sudden I was back to normal.
Well, I still couldn't catch.
But he was still going to beat me.
I still couldn't catch the dog up. Lunch, tin of salmon on pita bread. Yum. Yes, this is a very nice lunch stop at Narani. Very popular in Christmas though, because it's near the main road, so you can drive here.
Let's get Rick.
So we've got a pretty much easterly bringing us back to Shelley. Took 3 hours to get up there, probably take us an hour and a half to get back. I've still got a reefed main, but that's not slowing us down. We're flying. Absolutely flew back from the raining. Easily 5-6 knots. Broad reach all the way back. Fantastic. Fantastic fun. And I think there's some other guys that turned up, so I'll meet them. Yeah, it's probably only 3 o'clock in the afternoon, something like that. Glorious sailing. Glorious. I said Terry's blowing up my sup with an electric pump, and it's very noisy, but it's much quicker than doing it by hand. Time for dinner. So tonight, because I know you're really interested, especially you, John, I'm gonna have cottage pie, lentil cottage pie with some dead potato, or the Aldi version of dead potato. Yes, I know I've had it before. Check out the Aldi version of dead potato. It's pretty good. I know a lot of people might say my food's a bit mushy. It's not always mushy. At home it's not mushy. But you've got to think about what you're going to make when you go away. So we often cook, if we cook curries or whatever, we cook enough to make a few extra meals. Stick it in vacuum sealer bags, stick it in the freezer, and they can keep for ages and ages. And it's so much better to have pre-cooked meals that you know taste good because you've had them at home, and then you just add something like rice or couscous or dead potato or whatever. I used to use the dehydrator, which was good, but it takes about 5 or 6 hours to dehydrate meals, which is okay. But they always taste a bit fibrousy. They're never quite the same as a frozen meal. So if you want a tip, get a vacuum sealer. They're relatively cheap. Double cook your best meals at home. Make sure you've got to save some for when you go sailing. Vacuum seal them, and perhaps buy a fridge, but you don't really need to because they'll actually keep for a few days if they're vacuum sealed. Fantastic sail today, all the way up to Narani, which is a long way. It took 3 hours to get up there and an hour to get back. And it was probably a good 10 to 12 knots. So it was a lot of tacking to get up there, and then we just shot back, but it was a great day. All good here at Myall Lakes. Well, good morning. Really bumpy night last night. It wasn't very protected here like it was the night before. The wind's in the same direction, but for some reason it sort of swung around a bit more. So very bumpy. Had to get up, pull the sup out of the water because it was banging against the hull, woke me up. It's a bit annoying. Anyway, got the coffee on, it's all good. And on a side note, for those people coming down from Queensland for the raid that's the 14th of March to the 22nd of March, a few different people have asked where to stay. Well, we always stay at Violet Hill. Look at the map of Myall Lakes. Violet Hill is in the middle, so you can go either way. So you've got different areas to explore. Very good ramp, very good campsite there. You can camp, toilets, heaps of room for parking. That's where we always go. It's about a 15-minute drive from Bulladila down a dirt road, but the dirt road's graded once or twice a year, so it's pretty good. And then you can come either way. So you've got the big lake up here where we are now, which is very big. Or you can go the other way, Johnson's Beach, and go around the smaller lakes down that end and then go to the bottom lake. So that's my recommendation. Anyway, looking forward to seeing you all in March. Rick and I are going to go back about lunchtime. I think the others are going to stay another day. It's meant to be getting up to 30 knots here tomorrow, Sunday. So we're just going to head across, go for a bit of a sail and then go back to Violet Hill. It's only about 9:30, something like that. So thanks again for watching Sailing Kate Louise. And if you've got some photos that you want to send to me of your boat, send them to sailingkatelouise@gmail.com and I'll post them the next time I get a few. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the water somewhere next time. Well, actually, it'll be down at Painesville in about 3 weeks' time for the Wooden Boat Festival and the raid. See you there.